This is Wellspring, presented by Spectrum Health-Zeeland Community Hospital on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC.
And for this St. Patrick's Day, Thursday, March 17th, we are joined by Sara Donkersloot. Good morning, Sara.
Good morning, Gary, and happy St. Patrick's Day to our listeners, and welcome to Wellspring, a live broadcast sponsored by Spectrum Health-Zeeland Community Hospital. Joining me via Zoom this morning is Alison Clark, Communications Specialist and Public Information Officer from the Ottawa County Department of Public Health. And if you do have a question, you can call 395-1450. That's 395-1450. And Gary will pass along the question to us. So good morning, Alison.
Hi, Sara. Nice to see you.
It's nice to see you again. So, Alison, it's been 2 years since things really changed because of COVID. And it's so exciting that our optimism continues to increase regarding COVID. Yeah. So what are some ongoing activities at the Ottawa County Department of Public Health considering the decreasing case counts and the test positivity?
We continue to also feel encouraged by the decline in cases and decline in test positivity, which was between 6 and 7% last week. Here in Ottawa County, we're in the CDC low community level category. So we feel encouraged by that. We're really encouraging people right now to this is a time to look into things like staying up to date on your vaccination, which could include a booster if you're eligible and you haven't already received that. We're still encouraging the use of testing if you either at home or in one of our community testing sites. If you're going to be gathering with people, large groups, or someone who's immunocompromised or high risk, or if you think you've been exposed or have symptoms, definitely we're encouraging you to get a test. And then, of course, we're watching what's going on in other places and paying attention to conditions and variants so that we can be prepared if we have to go into another readiness phase before another surge.
Well, we're hoping that that's not going to be the case, that we have that another surge. My guest this morning is Alison Clark. She's the Communications Specialist, Public Information Officer from the Ottawa County Department of Public Health. And if you do have a question, you can call Gary at 395-1450. That's 395-1450, and he will pass it along to us. So there is a question from Gary in the chat, and Alice and I have this at the end of our questions, but I'm going to move it up to the front. So this morning I read in the Holland Sentinel, in fact, it was on the main page, and it was information from the Ottawa County Department of Public Health on the norovirus. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So, part of our role here at the Department of Public Health is to alert the community when we see a rise in illness of any kind so that people can take steps to protect themselves. And so we have been alerted recently to an increase in emergency department visits and in school and childcare absenteeism related to what we like to call the stomach bug, which is most likely norovirus. Norovirus is highly contagious. The symptoms are, unfortunately, diarrhea, vomiting, stomach pain, nausea. It can come on really quickly, often without warning. And so we're encouraging people to kind of be aware that that's floating around in the community. We're seeing an increase in what we think are cases right now. The best way to protect yourself, and everybody has heard about this because we've been talking about it for 2 years with COVID, wash your hands, particularly with norovirus, because it is so highly contagious. It's spread through contamination on your hands, and then maybe you put your hands in your mouth or in your eyes. And so wash your hands frequently and stay home if you're sick. Other things are make sure that if you're taking care of someone who's sick, that you are washing your laundry thoroughly, cleaning surfaces. Norovirus can live on surfaces for days or even weeks. And so make sure you're disinfecting surfaces. And then if you're sick with norovirus or with the stomach bug, don't prepare food for someone else, and kind of just stay away from others if you're sick, and if you're able to do that until you feel better, because you can be contagious as soon as symptoms come on, and then for a few days afterwards as well.
Well, and the good thing about the norovirus, right, Alison, is that it's usually pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That it's not going to last as long as we talk about with COVID. Something that I just thought about when you talked about disinfecting surfaces is, I often think about my toothbrush. My toothbrush is going into my mouth, and if I've been sick, I remember somebody told me, either get a new toothbrush or, boil it to get those germs off. And I guess that's something that I never really had thought about, but I thought, yeah, it really is a good idea. If that's being put in my mouth, that's where the germs are. So I don't know if that's like an old wives' tale, but maybe something for those of you who are out there to think about.
Yes.
Okay, so, Alison, and I just want to thank the Ottawa County Department of Public Health for all you have done in the past 2 years, because it has really been a marathon with the COVID. And now all of a sudden, as you said, we're optimistic. Now you can start to shift the focus. Although all of this has been going on, during COVID, want to just spend some time and talk with our community about some programs and some community health services that you continue to offer to the community. So the first thing is this. I mean, it's gorgeous outside today, and I keep thinking that spring is right around the corner. Who knows? We may have some cold weather and maybe even some flurries. But, when we think about spring, we think about getting out and being more active. Are there any fitness programs that you can share with us that we may want to put on our calendars and sign up for?
Yeah, I'm really excited to talk to you today about a program called Step It Up. And as you referenced, the last 2 years have been really hard for everyone. And even currently, there are so many things in our world to feel stress and anxiety about. And one way to sort of do some self-care is to get outside. And here in Ottawa County, we have so many beautiful parks and places to explore. And so Step It Up is a partnership between the Department of Public Health and the Ottawa County Parks Department. And it's an 8-week, it's a walking program, but really it includes more than walking. It includes adventuring, orienteering, kayaking, and even some other activities. And what happens is that the Parks Department does these guided walks through different parks in Ottawa County. You can keep track of how far you walk and of the accomplishments you make during the 8-week program. And there are incentives and prizes that you can get. It's all free of charge. Registration is going on right now. We also have a workplace wellness component of this program. And so if your workplace is interested in maybe putting together a walking group, we can speak to you about tailoring incentives for your group and goals for your group and things like that. But it's really just a way for people to get out, get active, and see all the beautiful parks that we have here in Ottawa County.
So I'm interested in that because I always think if I have something, that I'm working to and for, it's a goal, that I want to achieve something. So where could myself or someone else get more information about this program and how to sign up?
Yeah, and I guess I should have mentioned one other point. You don't have to be part of a group to do this program. So if you don't have a walking buddy or somebody that you like to do outdoor activities with, this is a way maybe for you to connect with others who want to do the same thing. So you can register or get more information at miottawa.org/stepitup. You can also get information on our Facebook page or on our Twitter page, and the Parks Department also has things posted on their pages as well.
So, and maybe you mentioned it, Alison, if you did, when does it start? I mean,
I'm sorry, I didn't mention that.
No, okay.
It starts April 11, and registration, like I said, is going on right now. So you can get in there and you can register. And as I said, everything is free of charge, including the equipment that you would need for kayaking or orienteering or any of the other activities. We take care of all of that for you.
So a great opportunity to get out there. Spring, it's after spring break, and get active and get involved. And as you say, really enjoy the beautiful parks that we have in our area.
Yeah.
So we've talked about a fitness program now. What programs do you have for people who may have special needs in our county?
So we serve families that have children with special needs, and they really face unique challenges in caring for their children with special needs. And parents can get a lot of support through different support groups and different networks, but siblings of children with special needs don't always have that same access. And so we're really excited to be offering in Ottawa County now something called SIB shops. And SIB shops are really peer support groups for children who have siblings with special needs. And you know, that relationship between a sibling and their brother or sister that has special needs can really be the longest lasting relationship of those kids' lives. And so it's really important that those kids have an opportunity to process you know, what they might be feeling, what they might be going through, what their experience is, as well as learn about their siblings' special needs and do it in a fun environment where they can play games and do kid-like things with other kids who are experiencing the same thing. So those are offered monthly here in Ottawa County now, and they meet at the Engage Therapy Center in Zeeland. And I can give you a phone number for more information for anybody who's interested. They can call 616-460-3781, or you can also find Ottawa County SIB shops on Facebook as well. And that group has a lot of great information on there, and you can find information about meeting times and everything on there as well.
Well, and I think what I hear you saying is, because as we've said, you know, COVID is in a different stage. This is an in-person group that, you know, kids can have that interaction. And, you know, given what we've been in with COVID, this is a really great opportunity to connect and have that ability to, you know, relate to other children that may have the same situation at home. So
yes.
A great program. Okay, so talk to me about other programs that you have available for children, specifically the maternal infant health program.
Right. So our maternal infant health program is really all about supporting healthy pregnancies and healthy babies. And so we walk alongside moms who are going through their pregnancy and help with things like how to have a healthy pregnancy. We deal with, you know, mental health issues, depression, intimate partner violence and abuse issues, the gamut of all different things that, you know, a mom might need while she's going through her pregnancy. And then after the baby is born, we walk alongside that family, moms and dads, through about 12 months and walk alongside them with things like breastfeeding support, safe sleeping, healthy child development and growth, and just a variety of issues. We've been operating this program in Ottawa County for about 25 years. And so we just want to be available to help those families thrive as they're going through that big life change of pregnancy and bringing a baby into their home.
So tell us about, you know, you said it's been going on for 25 years. Where and how can people get information about it, I guess, and when do they meet?
Well, this is actually a home-based visiting program. So the moms are assigned a caregiver from our department, and that person will come to their home and meet with them and identify goals and outcomes that they have and then help them achieve those. The best way for someone who's interested in the program to get information is to go to our website, miottawa.org. And if you look under our community health services, you can see it listed right there. And there is a place there to make a referral or to get more information about eligibility.
Is there a cost for this program?
No, it's free.
Okay, Alison, we are about out of time. Any last thoughts that you would like to leave with our listeners?
Well, I know we talked about leaving on COVID, and I guess I would just say, although we are excited to be maybe moving COVID to the background, it still is here. I've talked with several people this week who are vaccinated and who have gotten sick recently with it. So just continue those mitigation strategies, kind of assess your risk in your own personal life and determine what you need to do to just keep yourself and others around you safe.
Thanks for being here today, Alison. Until next week, Spectrum Health-Zeeland Community Hospital wishes you well.